what I'd like to do, I don't know how many of you in here have heard of Vet Connect or Lake County United Veterans Council. Could I get a show of hands, please? We're better known than I thought. Anyway, what I'd like to do is give you a little bit of information about what we are, who we are, and what we try to do. The United Veterans Council is an organization that comprised of all of the congressionally chartered veteran service organizations within Lake County. That's the American Legion, VFW, DAV, VVA. And generally, we have a meeting every first Thursday of every month, and generally all the commanders attend that meeting. And we're primarily there to communicate, to network, to pass on information we received from the VA, from CalVet, from Senior Solutions. If they come up with, we have some information that they forward to me, I pass it on, and we try to circulate it on through the membership and through the veteran community. About 3 years ago, the United Veterans Council, we started talking about how can we help the veterans in need. We didn't know what to do. We didn't have a clue. So in December of 2010, the council voted to form an outreach committee. January the 6th, I believe it was, we formed what we call Lake County Vet Connect. March the 16th of that year, we had our first clinic. The first year, we assisted 194 veterans acquiring their benefits. Last year, we did 244 veterans. What we're trying to do is, number one, get the veterans enrolled in the veteran healthcare system, the VA healthcare system. There are many veterans out there that are too hard-headed to come forward, and what we do is we connect the veteran with the County Veteran Service Office who actually does the enrolling. We pass out the healthcare books, we pass out the benefit books, we have PTSD guides, we have depression guides, homeless guides, and it just goes on and on. Whatever that veteran may need, whether it needs in-home care, which incidentally the VA has a similar type program for veterans. The biggest issue that we're running into here in Lake County is two things. Basically, is transportation and housing. Some of the senior veterans that need these services that are supported by the VA as well as Senior Solutions is they can't get to and from the services. We have veterans that can't even get to a doctor. We have veterans that will volunteer to pick them up and get them to the doctor, whether it be a VA doctor or a non-VA doctor. It doesn't matter. Everybody involved in Vet Connect and United Veterans Council is a volunteer. My payroll and my bonus wouldn't get me out the door. We do it because we like it. Now, the one thing that we have been focusing on in Lake County is the homeless or the at-risk veteran. We have set up at Vet Connect 2 meetings a month, and there's some flyers on our table over here if you're interested to pass out. The second Wednesday from 9 until 12 at the American Legion Hall in Clear Lake at 14770 Austin Road. We have a clinic for 3 hours. And the third Wednesday from 9 until 12 at Umpqua Bank at 805 11th Street in Lakeport. In that, if they come to a veteran comes to one of our Vet Connect clinics, EDD, Chris Telefaro, who happens to be here, he's with EDD Veterans Rep. We have a veterans rep from the VA healthcare system. We can hook somebody up with food stamps. We can hook somebody up with child support services, which is a big issue, some of the veterans. There's a lot of things we can do. We can supply them with some. We get donated scooters that we give to the veteran. They're just, we have even gotten repairs for their roof on their house through the USDA. We don't have a problem going asking for help. Like I say, it's all volunteer. We also have at Vet Connect, if somebody walks in, they're homeless, they have what they're wearing, a pair of flip-flops, shorts, and a t-shirt. Before they leave that day, we can hook them up with sleeping systems, hygiene items, undergarments, socks, boots, coats, tents, sleeping bag mats, food cards. Actually food, we have a woman, Jimeline Carroll, who comes in and brings bags of food for the veteran if they need it at that time. Now, on the VA side, we've been fighting and working with our congressman, Congressman Thompson, Congressman Garamendi's office, to encourage, and there is conversation going for more funding for in-home care for veterans. It's on the plate. And Lake County Vet Connect and United Veterans Council and other organizations throughout the state are pushing for this. We have, especially World War II Korea-era veterans, they've earned it. Let Senior Solutions do, they're the experts. VA pay the bill. We have a system set up right now. It took us about 2 years to get it going, but the VA now, for self-medication, drugs and alcohol issues, Hilltop in Lake County, right down here outside of Cobb. VA pays for up to 12 beds now. We had absolutely no services in Lake County until the clinic came in, what, 3 years ago? So we have a lot to offer. We network throughout the state with whoever. We network through the federal government. The biggest problem is getting a nickel out of the government. I've asked Congressman Garamendi as well as Congressman Thompson is give us 1.8%, Lake County 1.8% of the 1.8% of the U.S. budget that you give to foreign aid. They give 1.8% of our total U.S. budget is foreign aid. They act like it's no big deal. Okay, it's not. Then give Lake County 1.8% of that 1.8% to help the veterans. So, like I say, it's just a bunch of volunteers. We do what we can do to help any veteran. We hook them up with whatever service is possible. We have flyers for senior solutions at our table. We have the VA books. We have transportation information. We have some housing information outside of the county. And we do whatever we can to help the vet. And we don't care if they're passing through. We've had that happen. In fact, last Wednesday, my wife gets a phone call in the afternoon. I get home. There's a couple in Upper Lake that are stranded. We got them bus passes, got them some food, got them some coats, so they could go on down the road. They were headed for Yuba City. Once they got to Yuba City, I gave them a business card for Yuba Sutter Stand Down. They can contact the guy over there to get some more help. So we need more in-home services. People are living longer. The seniors need help. They need organizations like Senior Solutions to take care of them, whether it be through what the VA call telehealth or the system that you have here. Big thing is we're finally starting to get some headway with the VA. And by the way, the VA was exempt from the sequestration. In fact, their homeless budget was increased by $333 million. Now, I don't know where it went, but they got it. So does anybody have any questions for me? I don't have a, if you're a veteran and you're not enrolled in the VA healthcare system, do it. I don't know what you have coming. I get my hearing aids through the VA healthcare system. Yes, ma'am. You have to be enrolled in the VA healthcare system. You have to be discharged under any conditions other than dishonorable. And if a veteran's been dishonorable, there's a lot of veterans from the Vietnam era, as you know, the turmoil through the Vietnam War. They can go to the branch of military that they were in. If you were an Army vet, you were dishonorably discharged, you can go to the Army and see if you can get your discharge upgraded, which will in turn be able to get you benefits. Medical care we have a clinic in Clear Lake, and there's a clinic in Ukiah. Both have your general physicians. Both have mental health. Ukiah has some Weight Watchers and that type of programs, you know, for the veterans to work on their weight. Santa Rosa, if you go to Santa Rosa, that's where you can get your glasses, your hearing, x-rays, mental health, and general physicians. That's a very difficult question. The question is, what if they have to be hospitalized? That depends. Nothing about our government's simple. Okay? If you have to call what they call the advice nurse. I have a heart attack. You call the advice nurse in San Francisco. They'll say, "Does there any beds?" And then, okay, they don't have any beds, and then they go to local hospital. It's goofy the way it's set up. But the closest hospital for us is San Francisco VA Medical Center. Yeah, that's the biggest issue. Now, my understanding, there's a gentleman down there with Calvet named Michael Bunch. I met him at a job fair type deal, and he was saying, get a hold of him. Right now, there's beds available if you're eligible. They've opened, Reading is now open, and Visalia, I believe, is now open. So they've added the VA homes, veterans homes are California. They're not federal. They're owned by the state of California. Anything else? Now, if anybody wants any schedules for our Lake County Vet Connect, I believe they're on the table right over here. And I want to thank Senior Solutions for inviting us. Benefits are very hard to discuss because each individual service member has his own unique qualifications for the system. So it's hard to sit here and say, this is what you're going to get. Then you hunt me down and beat me up because you didn't get that. No. So I'm not the expert. What Vet Connect does is try to connect the veteran with the experts. Thank you.